What's going on, guys? This is N64 Josh, and this is your Nintendo Daily News. One day I'm going to come up with a really cool name for this show, but one just hasn't hit me yet. So if you got any ideas for me, let me know in the comments below. Uh-oh, I can hear myself, and that's not good. Why can I hear myself? Oh, because of this. There we go. Now it's muted. That way you guys don't get a nasty loop, because those are no fun. So, let's get started. The first article I want to grab, and it's been a few days, I apologize. Life, right? Life. What do you do? It's life. The first thing here, Nintendo taking Steam approach to digital on Switch, says Steam World Dig developer. So this is a pretty cool story. I was just reading this thing here. Basically, I'm just going to kind of give you the meat and potatoes. And so what they said is publishing for Nintendo consoles has been in the past not a nightmare, but pretty close. They make sure every Q&A gate is good enough. It takes months, and you have to do that for every region. And if you fail, it takes even longer, and you have to get a new slot, and release dates are pushed back. Sounds like a nightmare to me, right? And I found this article. It's mcvuk.com, and obviously just got it off the front page of the Nintendo Reddit, so you can check it out there. The next paragraph here says, but with the Switch, we only have to make one version, and we only have one launch, and that's one version for the entire world. So we'll have the same version in the US, Europe, and a little bit later Japan and China as well. That saves so much work. It means you can do the translation, that we can do the translations ourselves, and we don't have to have a new publisher for one specific region. It's going to be so much easier. They're basically taking the Steam or App Store approach, one version of the game for the entire world. So that's really good news, because on the Switch we want as many games as possible, right? And we want quality games, of course. But when devs don't have to jump through as many hoops, it sounds like it's just going to be an easier process, which is going to be good for everyone. So really glad to hear that, because there's been a few missteps along the way with like charging like what, $10 for the carts for the Switch and that kind of stuff. So, as far as on just the digital front, it sounds like they're making things easier for developers, which is a good thing. The next one I want to focus on here is from mynintendonews.com. And I do want to say hey to everybody hanging out in the stream here. Thanks, guys, for coming and joining me for this. I appreciate it. I do want to point out, look at those nails. Like, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Square Enix says that they're focusing on more Nintendo Switch than the Xbox Scorpio. It's very interesting. Very interesting. And so they kind of just outline, it says a Japanese publication, the Nikkei, if that's how you say it, has interviewed Square Enix CEO Matsuda Kan and asked him a range of questions regarding the company's plans for this year. And they kind of just go on and break them down. And right here, they talk about the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox Scorpio, Windows 10, game mode, and Google's Tango, which I'm not even familiar with what that is. But out of these, Square Enix is focusing the most on Nintendo Switch. This is good, because Nintendo really hasn't had much third-party support, as we all know, since the Wii. And really on the Wii, most of the stuff was just kind of shovelware, right? Square Enix puts out a quality product for the most part. Final Fantasy is a huge name. And we recently saw Cloud on Smash Bros. And he's supposedly got an amiibo coming out as well. So it's good to see that Nintendo is kind of getting some of those bridges put back together that have been burned like during the Wii U. And to me, it would be interesting to even see. I think some of those bridges were burned even on the Wii. When I think about games like Call of Duty and stuff that were on the Wii that just really didn't make a lot of sense. I mean, they had the point controls and all that stuff. I would imagine there was even like some Assassin's Creeds and stuff like that, but I don't know how well they did. My guess would be that it was still at that point the Nintendo, the first party titles that still sold better than anything else on the Wii because a lot of people just didn't want to play with those point controls and that kind of stuff for like what we could call actual games, I guess. And that is finger quotes, right? But so it's good to see third parties coming back. That is a very good thing. This next little story is just kind of goofy, but something I grabbed throughout the week. McDonald's is getting Super Mario toys in North America. So I don't know how excited you guys are for this, but I'm pretty excited. I remember when these things came out in the early 90s because I was still a little kid. I was probably too old to want a Happy Meal, but I can guarantee you I still wanted to get the Happy Meal to get these toys. I can guarantee it. So looks like there's some, we got a couple Marios. Looks like a Mario with a Starman. We got Peach. We got a Red Shell, Bowser, Yoshi, Luigi. So cheesy. So cheesy. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try to get all of these. Yeah, and he's saying his boys would love that. Let's have some honest time. Real talk. Let me know down either in the chat or in the in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube. Are you going to try to collect all these? Let me know. Let me know. I loved the Legos when I was a kid. Getting the Legos in the Happy Meal was like the best thing ever. Here we go. This is from NintendoWire.com, and basically, Best Buy had 3 mystery amiibo show up, and there's links right here. Show up on their website. And they all came without images, just SKU numbers. But on the one hand, it says here they were described as Nintendo Switch amiibo and only compatible with the series listed Zelda. So that could be the 3 we're missing, which I believe is a Skyward Sword, what's the other one called? Something Deity. I can't remember the exact. Is it Fierce Deity or something like that? I think it's from Majora's Mask, but I'm not even positive. And Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, and that one. So, and we know those are coming because we've seen them. We've seen pictures of the armor set from the player's guide or whatever, the strategy guide. So there you go. There, if you're waiting on those like I am, we may be getting them sooner than later. Hopefully they'll be up for pre-order soon. This is kind of fun. Little bit spoilery for Zelda. So, there's your warning because I know some people don't want anything spoiled, but a little bit spoilery, more just kind of fun. And basically what you have here is, this is from NintendoEverything.com. It says, player creates flying contraption in Zelda Breath of the Wild and ascends to the world's highest point. So, and of course there's a YouTube video that you can check out. But basically what it looks like they've done is put themselves on top of a metal block inside of a metal cart. And see, the way it works is you can't stand on that cart and make yourself float, but you can stand on that block in that cart. So they've been able to basically fly like this, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So if that's a video you want to check out, just go to NintendoEverything.com. It's a really long link there. So paragliding the whole map. I'll try to throw a link in the description of this video so you can just click it that way if you want to watch the video. But crazy stuff. That's one of the neatest things about Zelda that I think anyway, is that we're finding stuff like this happening where it's like, it's Zelda, so it's, you're gonna just follow the progression of the story for the most part. But because this is open world, it's almost like we somewhat can get left to our imaginations to run around in this world and do stuff like that. And I think it's pretty awesome. I love seeing that, like, there's people setting the records on how far they've been able to paraglide, and there's people making goofy contraptions like this, and I don't know. It's a lot of fun to me, and I really like seeing it. And it's this kind of stuff like I could see my son really getting into because he loves that kind of open world stuff, like stuff that you can do in like games like what is it, Just Cause, or even like Grand Theft Auto, where it's kind of just, you can just go and do whatever you want. Like I've seen people get creative with the octa balloons or whatever that you can get and put on things and watch them float. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I really like seeing this stuff. So the last thing I want to talk about here, it says Anuma states that the open world Zelda will be the standard from now on. And basically, there's an interview here, and there's a tweet, and it says basically, this is from Famitsu. It says, making the next Zelda game might be more difficult if you choose to make it an open air game. What will evolve open air? How will you make future dungeons? And what will the next Zelda title be like? He goes, I think that in the future, open air games will be the standard for Zelda. So cool. I think the initial thought the initial thought I had was, where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? And then the next thought I had was, Nintendo is so creative that I know it's going to be something rad. It's going to be something great. And then I started like thinking about some of the things, like, well, they could add this, they could add that, they could change things up here. It's gonna be great. I'm not worried about it whatsoever. I loved this Zelda. I would gladly jump into it. My hope is that we don't completely go away from the original one. Maybe we get one more DS title, kind of like a Link Between Worlds, or maybe we get a little bite-size Zelda games here and there, and then these big blockbusters. And rumor has it, I think we mentioned it on the Nintendo Powercast, is rumor has it that 2020 we might be seeing another Zelda game. Again, that's just a rumor, so don't quote me on that. But that's only 4 years away. So with this game doing so well, and we mentioned this on the Nintendo Powercast, I believe, like, we don't see this very often from Nintendo where they make a sequel on the same console. The regular NES, of course, you had Mario 1, 2, and 3, and you had two Zeldas. But after that, as far as I can remember, I mean, like, the DS had two Zeldas, but they were very similar. Once they had the engine down and the fighting style with the stylus, they made a second one. You know, you had the two Game Boy Zeldas, but they were kind of made at the same time, like Seasons and Oracles or whatever it was. And then the other one that really jumps out to me, though, is Super Mario Galaxy, and then Super Mario Galaxy 2. And Super Mario Galaxy 2 was just as good as 1, if not better, because they made some things that were... They made some choices that made getting around the maps and finding the levels just so much easier and so much better. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I would be cool. Abusing open world from Sir Don Rocks. I don't know if abusing would be the term, really. I mean, I'm okay with this, at least for a while. Because I don't know about going back into a more linear Zelda experience at this point. It would be a little bit harder to do. I mean, I even tried playing through Skyward Sword, and I kind of just got I almost got burned out on it, you know? So, whereas the new Zelda, I could keep playing for forever. But, guys, we're gonna wrap up right there. I'm going to be, if you're here with me live, I'm going to be streaming shortly after this. I'm just gonna cut this and then get it up on YouTube, and then I'll fire the stream back up to play some... either some Zelda or Shovel Knight. But I want to let you guys know real quick, if you go to @N64Josh, which is where you'll find me on Twitter, or @NPowercast, which is the Nintendo Powercast, the Nintendo podcast that we do, you will find the pinned tweets on both of those are a contest that we're doing, a giveaway to get Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. We're giving away 2 copies of it, so all you got to do is check out those tweets. I will try to put a link in the description. And also, we have a great Discord. We got quite a few people that we're just constantly chatting Nintendo stuff. I'll have a link to that as well. You can come hang out with us. It'd be a great time. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit me with a like, hit me with a subscribe. I really appreciate it. You know, any questions, comments, whatever, let me know down in the comment section. And I will try to do this on a daily basis, but like I said, sometimes just life just gets the best of me. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.